Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I'm about to tell you will explain everything you've been feeling. There's someone who won't leave your thoughts, isn't there? You wake up and they're the first thing on your mind. You go to sleep and their face is the last thing you see. You're in the middle of a meeting, a conversation, a meal, and suddenly they appear in your consciousness like an uninvited guest who knows the door code to your mind. You've tried distracting yourself. You've tried staying busy. You've tried convincing yourself it means nothing. But here's what nobody tells you. This isn't random. This isn't your imagination playing tricks on you. When one specific person keeps invading your thoughts without permission, without effort, without warning, it's because something extraordinary is unfolding in their world right now. Something they might not even understand themselves. I'm going to reveal 6 things happening to this person at this exact moment. And I promise you, at least one of them will make everything click into place. Number 1, they're drowning in thoughts of you while pretending they're fine. Here's the brutal truth about human nature. We're masters in hiding what we feel most intensely. Right now, that person is going through their day wearing a mask of normalcy. They're laughing at jokes. They're completing tasks. They're having conversations. But underneath that performance, there's a constant background noise. And that noise is you. Your voice replays in their head during moments they least expected. They hear a song and remember the time you sang it off key. They smell a perfume and their heart drops because it reminds them of you. They see someone who walks like you and their breath catches for half a second. They're scrolling through their phone at 2 in the morning, debating whether to send you a message they've typed and deleted 17 times. The reason you feel them in your thoughts isn't coincidence. It's because their thoughts of you have become so consuming, so relentless, that the emotional weight is spilling over into your awareness. Number 2, they're trapped between what they want and what they tell themselves they should want. This is where it gets complicated. That person is having a war inside their own head, and you're at the center of it. One part of them wants to reach out, to say everything they've been holding back, to take a risk, but another part is terrified. They're telling themselves stories. Maybe too much time has passed. Maybe you've moved on. Maybe they burned that bridge. Maybe pride won't let them be vulnerable again. So they oscillate. 1 hour they're convinced they should let you go. The next hour they're wondering if you ever think about them too. This internal chaos creates intense emotional turbulence. And here's what most people don't realize about emotional turbulence. It doesn't stay contained inside one person. It radiates outward. It creates ripples. Those ripples reach you in the form of sudden memories, unexplained emotions, and that persistent feeling that something unresolved exists between you. Their confusion is creating a bridge to your mind. Number 3, they're recognizing your worth now that you're not there to prove it. Absence is the cruelest teacher because it only shows up after the lesson was needed. While you were present, they might have taken you for granted, not maliciously, not intentionally, just in that careless way humans do when something feels permanent. But now you're gone and the contrast is deafening. They're dating someone new and noticing that person doesn't get their humor. They're talking to a friend and realizing nobody listens the way you did. They're having a bad day and instinctively wanting to tell you about it before remembering they can't anymore. Every interaction with everyone else is now measured against the standard you set. And nobody measures up. That recognition sits in their chest like a stone. And if you found value in this revelation, if this is resonating with something you've been feeling, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to Psychology Routine because we're just getting started. Number 4, they're being forced by life itself to remember what they lost. Sometimes the universe has a way of making us face what we've been avoiding. That person might be going through something significant right now. A loss, a failure, a moment where a life stripped away their certainty and left them standing alone with nothing but honest reflection. These moments break people open. And when people break open, they remember who made them feel safe when nothing else did. They remember who saw them at their worst and didn't leave. They remember conversations that mattered, touches that grounded them, presence that felt like home. During these transformative moments, you're not just a memory. You become a symbol of something they need to understand about themselves. Maybe you represented a version of love they rejected because they weren't ready. Maybe you showed them a mirror they didn't want to look into. Whatever it is, their current crisis is making them realize you were more important than they admitted, and that realization haunts them. Number 5, they're carrying conversations with you that only exist in their mind. This one might sound strange, but stay with me. That person is still talking to you, not literally, but in the privacy of their thoughts. They're having full conversations with you. They imagine telling you about their day. They rehearse apologies they'll never deliver. They craft explanations for why things ended the way they did. They fantasize about scenarios where they run into you and everything they'd say. These mental dialogues feel so real to them that sometimes they forget you're not actually hearing any of it. And here's the fascinating part. When someone spends this much time in imaginary conversation with you, they're feeding energy into the connection. They're keeping it alive in their inner world. That's why you sense them. That's why they appear in your awareness at odd times. Their mental and emotional engagement with the idea of you is so active that it's creating a presence you can somehow feel even across silence and distance. Number 6. They're standing at the edge of reaching out, but fear keeps pulling them back. And here's the final truth. That person has almost contacted you more times than you could count. They've opened your chat window and stared at the blank message box. They've driven past places you used to go hoping they might see you. They've asked mutual friends about you in carefully casual ways. They've written paragraphs explaining their feelings and then deleted every word. They're caught in this painful loop of wanting to reconnect but being paralyzed by fear. What if you don't respond? What if you've forgotten them? What if they're reading too much into old memories? So they wait. They tell themselves they need more time, more courage, more certainty. But waiting doesn't make fear disappear. It just makes longing grow heavier. That push and pull between desire and fear is creating all this energy. And that energy is exactly why they keep showing up in your thoughts uninvited. So what do you do with all this information? First, understand that if someone keeps entering your mind, it's not weakness on your part. It's not obsession, it's recognition. Your intuition is picking up on something real happening beneath the surface of visible reality. But here's what matters most. Don't wait for them. Don't put your life on pause hoping they'll finally find their courage. Don't make their internal struggle your emotional burden. Instead, honor what this is teaching you about yourself, about what you value, about what you deserve, about what kind of love you're no longer willing to settle for. Some people come back, some stay gone, but the ones who are truly meant to be in your life will find their way without you having to shrink yourself or beg for their presence. Trust that. Thank you for being here. This is Psychology Routine, where we make sense of the heart's deepest questions. Until next time, protect your peace.